Good morning guys, and welcome back to another weekly Bali vlog. If you don't know me, my name's Leash. I'm a travel creator from the UK, but right now I'm based in Bali, and I'm starting the weekly vlog on a Wednesday this week because the start of this week has been a bit crazy, I can't lie. I have had a foot injury that has suddenly flared up. I've never actually injured it per se, like I've never had like a sports injury or anything. I've just had like a bad pain in the joint of my toe for years, which has now decided to flare up, and Monday and Tuesday were just horrible because I had to go to the doctors here and go and get it checked out. So I had an x-ray yesterday, they tried to do a blood test, couldn't take any blood, so it was just a bit of a horrible day, and I was feeling a bit sorry for myself, I can't lie, because medical care, healthcare in Bali can be a bit hit and miss because you just, you don't really know like what the good places are, and you have to kind of take people's recommendations and do a lot of research, and it can be a bit hard when you're in pain to do all of that. So that was my Monday and Tuesday, and so I'm starting the vlog today because it's actually a really special day here in Bali. It is a day called Galungan, which is a spiritual day in the Balinese Hindu calendar. So like all around my area, and I'm sure lots of other villages, they have these really pretty things called penjor, which are like, I think they're made of like bamboo. They're like biodegradable materials, but they're really pretty things that like hang over the streets. And as I've been driving around this morning, I can see all of like the locals driving to temple and stuff because there's lots of like ceremonies happening. It's a day that basically celebrates good over evil, that kind of thing. Kind of similar to Diwali, but I feel like it also happened here in April, so I don't know if it happens twice a year or it's just dependent on the calendar. I'm going to try and ask some of the locals that work at this little cafe more about it, but it's so nice, and like I'm supposed to be resting my foot at home, but I hate like not being out and about when it's one of these like special days. So I came out, I've just driven to Sese this morning, which is an area next to Canggu, which is rapidly developing sadly, but right now there's still quite a lot of rice fields here and cafes like this one that I'm at, which are still kind of low-key and not very busy. So this little cafe is just on the side of a rice field, and it's called Mustache. And yeah, I've come here for a matcha. I'm just going to do some work. I've got this whole little room here to myself, and it's so beautiful because it looks right out onto the rice field, so it's just a nice place to come and sit. Today I'm not really going to be doing much because, as I said, I have to rest this foot, so this week also might be a little bit slow going, but of course this is just part of the journey, and I'll tell you more about my my healthcare situation as well a bit later, because I feel like there's obviously a lot of exciting things about moving abroad and moving to a place like Bali, but things like medical care is something to consider a lot when you come here. So I'll talk to you a bit more about that later. Right now I'm going to get into some work, and I hope you enjoy this weekly Bali vlog. Also, by the way, I know my brows look a bit crazy right now, I'm really dark, but that's because I just got them freshly done. I got a lamination, wax and tint yesterday, and so that's why they look like this, and I haven't been able to wash them for 24 hours, so they will calm down in the next few days. Just in case you thought I was trying something new, I'm not. Sorry for the foot content, but look how swollen this right foot is compared to the left. Like, this is my good foot and this is the messed up one. I'm hoping this ice bath will help it a little bit because guys, you know, serious when you have to get crutches. Yeah, I feel so blessed to be in this house right now because everyone is really helping to take care of me. My housemate Yana helped me to find the blood test center, well, the laboratory. The nurse came this morning, took my bloods, and she did it so quickly and efficiently. I didn't even feel anything, so that was really great. And then our cleaner, he went to go and get me some crutches this morning. Obviously I gave him money and stuff, but yeah, everyone's just being so kind, and that is like really been touching me because living abroad, I think one of the hardest things, especially when you're on your own and you're not with like a partner or a friend, is that kind of like duty of care with people around you, because you can't necessarily rely on people you've only just met. And I was worried about that because obviously like this is quite a significant like pain, and usually that's the type of thing that I would go to like my family for. Obviously I know adulting is you just got to sort things out for yourself, but a couple of days ago I was just feeling a bit sorry for myself because it's like, oh, it is just a lot. But luckily I don't have to worry about that, and now I've got these crutches so I can take the weight off of the ball of my foot, get around the house without like hopping around like I was last night, and yeah, get some work done. Not the week I was expecting to have, but I guess it is just an opportunity to slow down, recover, rest, and get some work done, which I need to do anyway. So we're in recovery mode, guys. It's not going to be that exciting, I'm sorry, but at least I can show you kind of what the realities are of living abroad, moving abroad, the things you have to do. I'll talk to you more about the medical stuff because I think that that's actually quite interesting and good to know about. Good morning, happy Sunday. I am sat outside in my favourite little area, just drinking a coffee, doing my journaling, all the usual stuff. I have not been very good at updating you guys this week, but to be honest, since the whole foot injury situation, there hasn't been much to update you on other than I've been in the house resting. I obviously went to the doctors at the beginning of the week, did all of that back and forth to try and figure out what's going on. I'm on these different medicines at the moment to try and bring the inflammation down. I've got crutches, I've got everything I need to basically try and heal it. Now I just need to rest. Yesterday I went to a really good physio here in Bali, this guy called Max, who really helped me actually. Today I'm feeling a lot better. I don't want to speak too soon, but he did a really specific massage around the area of my foot that's all inflamed and like all the way up my calves and stuff, because he said to me that basically the weight distribution of how I've been walking and stuff basically means I'm putting a lot of pressure on that particular part of my toe joint. I know that's not very interesting at all, but just for reference and for context, yeah, he did that and it kind of loosened it all up. So today I'm feeling not as in pain. Like I'm still taking painkillers, but it's not as bad as it has been. I'm having a bit of a slow Sunday. I've just been inside talking with my housemate Yana, because actually the rest of our housemates have been away. Like Anna's in South Korea, Anso and Fred are both in Borneo, so it's just me and Yana in the house. We've been spending a lot of time together, watching movies, watching rom-coms, and just like hanging out. So I was just chatting to her this morning, and now yeah, I'm just doing my little habits and gonna have a very chill Sunday. I think Jazz is gonna come over later. We're gonna hang out for a bit and then maybe go for a Sunday roast, which is something I haven't done in Bali. Like I haven't been to a pub here, but apparently there are a couple and there are some good Sunday lunches, and considering I'm on this like slow vibe, I feel like it's the perfect thing to do. And back home it's all like rainy and cold, so I'm gonna try and emulate a little bit of that here, even though it's still 30 degrees and really hot. Like I think rainy season is on the way because the air is starting to feel really humid, and I can tell in myself like my skin's starting to get a bit like sticky. So yeah, hopefully it's not going to be too bad. But yeah, I have put on this very cute outfit today because I just wanted to feel a bit more cozy and cute, even though I'm just at home. I put on these like little boxer shorts that were kind of gifted to me by this brand Spelt. They had a pop-up in London this year, which me and Mary went to in the summer, and she actually bought a pair. And after she bought a pair, I was actually a bit like, oh, like I actually really want one too. So I messaged them to be like, is the pop-up still open, just before I came back to Bali, and they were like, no, but we'd be happy to send you some. And I'm like, oh, that's so great and kind, because they're so nice and comfy. I'm not even just saying that, like I really recommend them. I love this like boxer short trend because literally they're the comfiest thing ever and they look cute. You can wear it with a bikini, you can wear it with a vest top. I love them, and I've actually got an affiliate link which I'll put in my description so that you can get yourself a pair. And they've also got longer ones as well, which is perfect for like those transitional outfits like autumn, winter. Pair it with your favorite knitwear. Lovely. Anyway, I also might buy a couple of those, to be fair, for when I go back at Christmas time. But yeah, let me stop chatting and get on with the day. As I said, I'm not really going to be doing much. I'll show you the roast later, and then next week hopefully will be a little bit more interesting. I am going to be like resting up, but I think I'll be able to be a little bit more mobile to go and do, oh my gosh, there's traffic on this road. I'll be a little bit more mobile so I can go and do a few more like treatments and like my weekly things. So yeah, I'm sorry that this week has been a bit of a slow one, but it is just like the nature of being injured. So 2 things I quickly want to talk to you about before I carry on with this day. Firstly, if I've learned anything this week, not that I didn't know it already, but it takes an injury for you to like really realize how important things are. Guys, if you're traveling, especially if you're like going to like Southeast Asia and you're doing it for a decent amount of time, or if you're moving abroad, or even if you're just going on a trip, please make sure you have travel insurance. That specifically includes medical insurance. I can't stress that enough, because I'll use Bali as an example, but basically when you go to a lot of the clinics here, everything is chargeable. It's not like back in the UK, and I know like America and places like that, like you guys already have this kind of system, but in the UK we have the NHS, which we rely on a lot, and even though it's not perfect, like we can get doctor's appointments and things like that without having to pay for them. But here you obviously have to pay for everything. So if you even step foot in a doctor's office, you have to pay for that consultation. Any medicine they like prescribe to you, you're paying for that. Any kind of x-ray procedure, everything, you have to pay for everything, itemized. Even like some of the receipts that I've had this week will be like preparation of equipment, they add a charge on. And obviously depending on what's wrong, like whether it's just like you've got a bad stomach or if you've actually really injured yourself, that can really stack up. And those type of costs like are not usually something that you can prepare for, especially if it's a really bad like accident or injury. So travel insurance, just please make sure you're covered. Like the monthly cost is nothing compared to what it could cost you in medical expenses. And I've even realized that this week, and my stuff isn't even that bad, but quickly hundreds and hundreds of pounds are starting to stack up with all these different things that I'm having to do. But because I've got really comprehensive travel insurance, I'm able to claim for that money back because I pay a monthly fee. I'm signed up to Safety Wing, which so far has been really great, and I really like the interface. I think it's super easy to use and make a claim. And the thing I really like about Safety Wing, and this isn't an ad by the way, like they're not sponsoring this, I pay for it myself. The thing I really like about Safety Wing is that they cover nomads particularly, so people that kind of live abroad and travel for an extended period, rather than it just being like a 30-day travel insurance window or for like a 1-week trip. It's for people that actually like move around quite a bit, and that is the difference, I guess. Like a lot of travel insurance don't cover if you're away for longer than 30 days and all those type of things. So make sure you read your policies and read all the like terms and conditions. I know it's boring, but it's definitely worth it. And yeah, so that's one thing, and I've got a link in bio if you want to like have a look and check that out for yourself. The second thing is, if you do have any kind of like medical situation here in Bali, just please make sure you do your research, because medical care out here can be hard to like figure out. Like that is definitely what I've realized this week. It can be hard to know who to trust, where to go, and obviously you can get like word of mouth recommendations from all the other like expats and people out here that have needed to go to the hospital or doctors, but it can be quite hard to figure out. And I've had to do like a lot of research, and thank goodness for my housemates. Like they have been giving me really good advice based on their own experiences, and I have got kind of lucky, but I've also been a little bit frustrated too, because like for example I went to a specific orthopedist this week, and I just personally felt like, even though he was a good doctor, I felt like in general they're just trying to make as much money as possible, and so they'll withhold information to make you come back again. Oh my gosh, can you hear that? Literally crickets going off. I think they're crickets. Some kind of bug going off while I'm talking to you, but hopefully you can still hear me. Anyway, what I was saying was they will withhold information and things like that, so that you have to come back again, pay for another consultation again. And even though I know that it's probably going to be covered by my insurance, it's still just like a waste of time, and you lose trust because you don't know what you're saying, what's being told to you is specifically true, or whether they just want to get more money out of you for specific medication. And I just feel like that's sometimes the way that it is when you live somewhere where there's expats. Like, you have to just do a bit of trial and error, because it is like the game's the game. Like, places want to make money, and if they think that you've got that, then yeah, like that's what can happen sometimes. I mean, the doctor that I did see, he seemed like he knew what he was talking about, but I'm still going to try and get a second opinion from maybe like a UK podiatrist and like get my x-ray seen and all this stuff. Yeah, Bali things. I'm grateful that I can still get around, and you know, I can hobble around and do what I need to do. And like I said, I saw this physio yesterday who has given me a lot more confidence that this might be like a shorter recovery time. But yeah, whilst I'm in the house, I'm just going to try and see it as a bit of a retreat. I'm going to relax and try and do some planning for the next like few months, and yeah, get a lot of work done. So sorry, this has been a bit more of a chatty vlog than it has been an active vlog, but it's just what's been going on, and hopefully next week will be more interesting. But let's carry on with the Sunday. I'll show you the roast, and then yeah, hope you have a good rest of your week, guys. Okay, let's go. I crippled girl. Literally, oh my god.
Okay, just on a looking basis, how does it look?
It looks legit.
Okay.
Super, I mean this, guys, look at this Yorkshire pudding. It is huge.
Okay, show me what to do.
Pour that gravy all over and tuck in. There you go.